Alright, here's my Chinese elm 2-tree setting. Um, Now, I'm not sure exactly what to do with this. It's looked like this for a long time. Um, it still grows and stuff, but yeah, it's not really got shape. Um, let's have a look. So there's a lot of moss stuff to clean up. There's a little bit of grass up the back that I'm not sure that I want there. The little tree hasn't grown as much, I think, because the big tree is shading it out too much, so I need to think about placement. There's a dead branch up the back there. And yeah, and then you can see I've tied a bit here. Oh, that used to be, I think that was a skewer that used to be stuck in the ground trying to get things to grow in more of a different area, so yeah. Let's see what we can do with this. Okay, so I got them out of the pot and separated them, and then I trimmed off all the excess roots. And what you can see here is with this bigger tree, that's this one. Sorry about the background, it makes it hard to see it, hey. But yeah, with this one, we've got a really dense root ball, which makes sense because, you know, it's bigger and it's been growing pretty well. But with the smaller tree, what we can see is the roots are really not doing so great, and that kind of explains why it wasn't growing as well as the other tree. It's, you know, been in the pot the same amount of time, You can see there's some wiring scars, which must have happened pretty early on. I don't know that these trees have ever been repotted since I made this, probably more than 10 years ago now. So yeah, I think maybe the early wiring probably slowed it down, because that's cut deep and it hasn't recovered. And then yeah, it just never developed good roots. So I'm going to have a look and decide how I want to reposition them in the pot, but I'm thinking, I don't know how it'll work for the final design, you know, when I consider the bonsai more or less finished. I mean, they're never finished because they're living art, but what I might try and do is place this tree a bit further away from the other tree just so it has a bit more space to develop. And I don't know, I'm not an expert at this, but maybe that'll give it more of a fighting chance, whereas before it was a little bit squashed in the corner of the pot. Maybe that's made it harder for it to grow roots, so we'll give that a go. So yeah, for now what I'll do is make a design that tries to give this tree a bit more space to grow, but it might not be ideal as an aesthetic thing for the final sort of configuration. So I guess we're in a sort of semi-training phase then. Okay, so we're done. That's my 2-tree Chinese elm. Now, what I did off camera was wiring mainly the little tree, so I've straightened it up a bit, and one of the problems with this tree is it's got 3 bits coming out of one, and you know, it's not ideal. So what I tried to do is, when you look at it from there, I twisted that one to go up a bit more so that it gives the illusion of going 1, 2, and then 3, and then I sort of curled up the top a little bit. Overall though, that little tree is not the best shape, and I mean, I'm not sure if I'm going to cut this off, because like, you don't want your bottom branch to be so thin, and it's kind of not doing anything, but because the trunk is so bare, I just don't know what to do. And then we've got this sort of curvy back branch. So yeah, that one's a bit of a problem. And then over here, to get a better apex for the tree, I've just anchored the wire here, and then gone up and bent that over a fair bit, so that now becomes a side branch rather than this curly thing it was doing. And now that's the top of the tree. Yeah, and I did a little bit of trimming for some things that weren't working. And yeah, that's it. Try and get further back so you can see the whole thing. Once again, Hopi is wanting attention instead of, you know, me filming bonsai. Hey, Hopia? Yeah, I know you want pats. Alright, alright. Hey, you're being like a cat. Yeah, so that's that 2-tree. I've spread them out a bit. Yeah, put the moss back. Somehow I ended up with more moss than I started, so I've put them into a thing to keep it for later. And yeah, we'll see how it grows over the next couple months, and that'll hopefully give me some more options, because it also, like, this is missing, like there's nothing here, which isn't great. It's just empty, so hopefully something grows, especially because like this side died. You need something like this way maybe. It's not so bad that this bit's empty because, you know, this tree's here, but yeah, just the bottom is very bare, whereas the top has a lot more going on, so I'm hoping that evens out. Yeah, a few other things. Also, I accidentally broke this little shari while I was wiring it, so that was a bit sad. I think generally you want to wire before you repot, but sometimes it's hard to know what you really want to do, so I did wiring last. And yeah, I think that's all. Are we done, Hopi? Yeah, we're done. Alright, till the next one.